The underlying principle of grading for mastery is growth mindset, is the idea that, and to be very explicit here, intelligence itself, IQ, so to speak, it grows. It's not fixed, right? And so this is especially shocking to people here for mathematics. There are no such thing as sort of good people who are naturally good at math. There are people who are naturally faster at math, but if you, especially as a math teacher, if you look really hard at that, what you'll see is a lot of the kids who are the fastest at math actually are learning the least. And so they're just fast. They don't know what they're doing, but they just get answers quickly. And other kids who are often the slow learners in math are actually much more attentive, much more learning. They're much more focused on growing. Right, so I think we're really getting things backwards by rewarding speed. Here's another thing about deadline, is that if you're rewarding the kids who are moving quickly, then the kids who are moving slowly and actually thinking about what they're doing are being penalized, and that's exactly the wrong set of incentives to give. And more importantly, the kids who are going slowly naturally have this growth mindset. They naturally believe that their effort, the time they're spending, the work they're putting into this has its own reward. And so we use the example of lifting weights, but it's not that the guy who walks into the room and can just lift the most amount of weights is the smartest or something. Rather, we're going to build your mental muscles by going through this painful exercise we call learning. And it's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be unpleasant sometimes. It's supposed to feel a little burn, right? It's like athletics. You've got to be stuck and frustrated. I tell all of my students that I know I'm succeeding when I see my students throw their pencil down on the desk, right? Because that means, when they're working, of course, which is usually what happens, is they're usually sitting there trying to think, and they're doing this, and then I see them do this, and I know I've got them. Like, now they're ready to learn. Because now they know, oh, wow, I don't know what to do. I'm lost here. And now we can start looking for paths forward. But it's the kids who just kind of mindlessly like they're the ones who aren't learning anything. So to me, the if you will, the kind of the hardware of this software, to me, this is kind of the grading for mastery is kind of the mechanics of it. But underneath it all is the idea that we want our students to have changed from the beginning to the end of our course. We want them to move. So we want them to feel what it's like to not have succeeded. They need to be earning twos, right? They need to say, oh, I'm working as hard as I can and I'm not getting it yet. And that feeling is critical. It's part of, that's why we want to have this grading system, because that way they know a 2 means good work, you're almost there, you're trying, it's not working yet, but it will. Whereas if you just give them numbers, then it's just kind of on or off. It's like, oh, I got it this time. I mean, I've seen this all the time. Like, I have no idea what happened. I got a right answer, I got a wrong answer. It was completely disconnected with effort or work. It was just kind of, well, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And so we try to really emphasize, okay, focus in on what you're struggling with, articulate what it is, right? And that depends on their commitment to the idea that their intelligence is growing as a function of doing this work.